Let me tell you a little story. Back in 2012, there was a huge company who wanted to rank for a certain term. But what they were doing is they were buying links. They bought loads, hundreds of links, and Google saw this. They found out. And what happened was Google penalised them. They were nowhere to be seen. Even for their search term for their brand, you could not find them. So fast forward to now, digital PR is a lot different. It's not just buying links. Buying links does not work.
Tick, tick, boom. Who bringing the noise? Go baby, we bringing out toys. Separate men from the boys. Chopper be singing, she'll be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Tell me who really gon' find out.
So the update by Google in 2012 was called the Penguin Update. And what happened was that they just wiped them from all visibility on Google. Now, for a client in that space, the majority of their traffic, their revenue, all came from search engines. So around a key time of year for this brand, it was impossible for you to find them. So they lost loads of revenue. Buying links is bad, and Google will notice these irregular patterns. But now, what we do for our clients is we get our clients on national and regional publications all the time, but it's not just about the backlink profile. We're doing it to build brand, drive traffic, and revenue from that. And if anything, the links are great for SEO, but we provide value way more than just links. What further value in digital PR is it than, it's not just link building, is it?
No. Like we always say, like follow links are obviously amazing, but they're not the be all and end all, because we're doing like PR for more than just SEO value. And we actually get a lot of clients coming to us now for more like brand awareness pieces with like the SEO as like an extra on top of what they'd already be doing, which is why like creative digital PR is so much more exciting than just like link building. I don't like the phrase link building, and I'm also sick of people messaging me on LinkedIn asking if I want to buy links on high DA sites like Forbes, because I'm like, I don't need to pay you £1,000, I can do it for free.
What are you working on at the moment, Tamara?
At the moment, I'm working on a reactive for Valentine's Day for my client Nasty Gal.
Can you explain like what the difference between like a reactive campaign is or a unicorn campaign? Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, so reactive is us jumping on a current trend or topic and getting our client in the centre of the conversation.
How do you do that? Like,
mostly by monitoring what's going on. So whether that be on social or just in the news and the press, what is going on. But also relevancy is quite important. We want to put our client in the centre of those conversations, but make sure they're relevant to the brand and to the client.
how quick is it from like seeing something trending to you giving a comment from your client? Like, how quick can sometimes
I've
be?
turned it around in half an hour before.
What, from comment to link?
Yeah, an example, Rihanna announced her pregnancy this week. I think I wrote the press release in about 10 minutes and got that out within half an hour of the news getting out. So we could be at the forefront of those conversations.
But not everyone's as good as you, are they?
Well, we try.
Millie?
Yeah.
You worked at, where did you work before Round 7?
I worked for an agency in Lincoln.
Were they a PR, what were they?
Traditional.
Oh, so how have you found the change from going from traditional to digital? Is there much change, or are we still working towards the same goals?
You're working towards the same goals, but with different like technique. I personally prefer digital just because I feel like it's so much easier to jump on trends, to be more relevant, to be more current, and like literally react like that. Whereas traditional is a lot more thought out.
When you were like giving results to clients for your old agency, what sort of metrics were you giving, and are you providing the same value here, or are you giving more information?
Reporting at my old agency was very much like, it was kind of very formatted, like we were given the same like measurables we were given every month, whereas here, depending on what campaign you're working on, whether it's fast or like a unicorn campaign, the styles of reporting are so different.
That's the difference, isn't it? We can be really measurable in what we do.
Yeah, exactly. Digital's so much more measurable, which means your results are so much more clear, easy to explain, and so much more easy to present to the client.
Well, no, the guy I met in the pub said I was down to earth.
Do you know he had a sourcer come up to him?
Did you?
A guy came up to me and said he knew me from the source. Did you loot from the source? That was the first moment outside of an SEO conference when anyone's recognised me.
When it comes to actually running a digital PR campaign, there's loads of different stages. So what's the very first stage that we do with our clients?
I mean, after onboarding and all that sort of stuff, it's idea gen and brainstorming. So that involves, instead of just showing up to a brainstorm and expecting people to come up with ideas, we'll have like a small team assigned to the account, and whoever's the lead on it will go away and do loads of research into their industry, the sectors they want to focus on, all that sort of stuff, and come together with like some themes, and they'll bring that to the brainstorm, and then that'll form what the brainstorm is. Like we just had a brainstorm earlier, that went really well. There was loads of rubbish ideas in that as well as some good ones. So when they say never, no such thing as a bad idea, like definitely is. We've heard loads of crap ideas in brainstorms, but it's not all great stuff. So it's about getting through that and finding the best ones.
Shout out to the game thrower.
What?
The game thrower.
Colin's idea is the game thrower. What happened to that?
Got laughed out of the
Yeah, got
game.
laughed out. I remember that. I was one of the ones laughing at that. You put a lot of effort into designing it. haven't you?
Yeah, there was a concept, it
Yeah.
worked. Yeah.
So there's no such thing as a bad idea apart from Colin's flamethrower idea, which was a flamethrower.
Okay, you've done your brainstorm, you've chose your ideas, what's next?
Then you got to pitch it to the client. I did a poll on Twitter the other day, and I was like 50% of people said that getting sign off on ideas was the hardest part. So you can have a great idea and it might actually not get sign off, which can be a frustrating part of the job. So what we'll try and do is package up all the research that's gone into the idea and why it makes a good idea, as opposed to just here's an idea we had in the pub, of which we have done before, but we'll try and at least back it up with some data and research as to why it's a good idea and why it's on brand.
You've got your idea, you know what you want to do, what's next?
Then that goes into data. So if there's data required, it goes into the data team, and we do like basically like a one-page brief that goes to data, content, design and creative, and then that goes through the process. So data, content, design, creative, development if that's needed. If we do much bigger campaigns, any off-site type stuff or activations that we do, like out of home or anything. All the brief that goes through the stages, someone manages that throughout and protects the idea to make sure it's still going to work once it comes back from each one. So if the data is not good enough, we go back. If the creative isn't quite right, we tweak it. Then it's on site and live, and then it's promoted through the PR team and social team as well.
We're running a digital PR campaign, right? So we've done the idea gen, we've got the idea signed off by the client, we've done data, we've done design, got creative. Now you come into it as PR exec. So what happens next?
Yeah, so first we'll write the PR. So for example, we've just been doing a PR for Dojo at the moment for the most commonly hacked passwords, which is doing amazing so far. We've only outreached to 20 people, I think, and it's already got like 3 links, which is amazing. So we'll write the PR based on obviously the data and the content that we've been prepared for us. And then we're in charge of finding like the best contacts to go to the journalists. So we'll usually have like a national angle, a lifestyle angle, or depending on the PR. So for the most hacked passwords one, we'll have like the finance and business contacts that we'll go to, but we'll usually start with national because they're obviously the main ones and the high DA links that all our clients want. But then also there'll be PRs like for Bionic, we've done like a top traders PR one. So then we'll go to really like niche sites, whether it's like builders, butchers, bakers and stuff like that. And that's where you get like your lovely niche links and stuff. So it's all about knowing who to target and depending on like what you're actually outreaching and stuff. So it's our job to like pick the best people to go to for that.
I'm watching this video now and I'm going to start running my own PR campaign. How long would you outreach for?
I would say it depends how well your initial PR campaign goes. So if it is going really well, like some of them fly off instantly and others don't. If you fly off instantly, great, we'll keep going with nationals and we'll really pull and make sure that we've contacted every relevant person to make sure we can obviously pull the most links out. If it's not doing so well, we'll think of why is it not going well, is there a different angle we can reach to. So like I say, we usually start with nationals, but if this particular PR is better for regional, we'll start with regionals and then you'll get more links out of that one. So it's all about re-angling it and making sure it's the best fit for the best time for that PR that you're writing.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around.